Hi, this is Dr. Ernesto. Today I'm going to talk about what type of diet you should follow as a new immigrant to the United States. Now, many times when people come here, they gain a lot of weight. And people that live in the United States, when they go on vacation, they say, gosh, I lose a lot of weight every time I go out of town. Well, there's some reasons for that. So you got to prepare yourself. The United States has the cheapest food supply in the whole world. We have the most abundant and the lowest priced food in the United States. However, some of the quality is not the best, and it's like Disneyland. The food is really tasty. The reason why is we have mastered food science, nutraceuticals, adding flavorings, making food addictive with sugar and salt and vegetable oil, the things that are like the worst for you. Anytime someone comes here, they're at risk because most countries do not allow all these chemicals, so they're not used to it. For example, in Europe, when I go to Ireland or France or anywhere like that, they only allow in the EU about 20 different artificial additives for food, less than 20. In the United States, we have hundreds, close to 500 or so that we allow. So they're allowed to put a lot more stuff into the food here, and that makes the food taste really good, and it makes it really addictive. Try having some Doritos. You'll never be able to eat just one and not eat another one. It's full of all kinds of stuff that's really addictive, but it does taste good. Unfortunately, it makes you gain a lot of weight. So if you're barely coming to the United States and you've never eaten this type of food, it can hit you pretty hard. Pretty rapidly, you can end up with cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, and a bunch of other stuff you probably don't want, especially if you just got here. You want to have a good time. So how do you manage that? Well, this is some advice for anybody, not just immigrants, even Americans. You want to try to follow your ancestral diet. There's a lot of research that shows that different people have adapted to eating certain types of food because of their roots, because of their genetics, from where they're from. For example, if you're Mexican, my father is from Mexico. He grew up eating a lot of beans. He still eats beans every day. I love eating beans. That's probably in my genes, but I also have European ancestry, so I like to eat potatoes. Not only do I like them, they agree with my stomach. They don't upset me. There's certain things that you might eat you're not adapted to, so they upset you. Like I have friends that are Asian and their stomach gets upset when they drink alcohol or they eat dairy. That's because in those parts of the world, they don't have a lot of alcohol. They have alcohol made out of rice, different from the one that we use over here made with hops and barley and wheat. They don't grow those grains over there. Dairy, you don't find a lot of dairy in Asia. Think about Chinese food or Japanese food. They don't have any cheese or sour cream or cottage cheese. That doesn't exist over there. The different climate, different environment, the cows don't grow too well over there. So over the hundreds or thousands of years that people have adapted to eating certain foods like rice or beans or wheat or whatever. So wherever you're from, whatever you're used to eating, that's what you should focus on eating the most. Of course, you want to have a good time. You want to explore all the foods. Everybody does. I'm in Colombia. I'm eating this really cool stuff. I like these things. They're called arechiras and arechiras de huela, and it's basically like fried cheese. It tastes really good, and I get them whenever I come over here. Even though in general, dairy is not real good for me, but it is pretty good, so I like to taste it. And I also like this stuff. It's called gelatina blanca. It's like gelatin with a little bit of sugar cane in it. It's so good, and it has a lot of protein in it. So I'm generally a vegetarian, but I will eat gelatin sometimes because of all the health benefits that are associated. So you do want to explore and try some of the new foods and wherever you're at, but you got to be mindful of it. If you eat too much of a good thing, you're going to get sick. You're going to end up with health problems. So be conscious of it. When you come to the United States, you're going to have all kinds of stuff, lots of marketing. It's going to be on all your social media. You're going to see Pizza Hut, Burger King, McDonald's, Doritos, Pepsi, Coke, Little Caesars Pizza. I mean, it's going to be everywhere, man. You're going to see all this stuff. Don't get caught up in all that stuff. Focus on eating a whole food diet so you don't get sick, and focus on eating your ancestral foods. If you're Russian, eat buckwheat. If you're Asian, eat rice along with whatever you're eating. If you're Latin American, eat a lot of beans, etc. And then you can eat maybe like 10% of the other stuff that might be new and exciting for you. So I hope that helps. And from Puerto Colombia,